For more than a decade, I have been studying the nature of reality and what this existence is about. And in this important video, I will give you the essence of everything that I understand. Now, I have been exploring everything from the basic teachings on personal development, law of attraction, manifestation, to different Christian mystical teachings, to various religious teachings and philosophies. And this is one of the most important videos that I've made, where I will distill the essence of everything about this reality, about this existence in the next few minutes. So, if you are interested in understanding the essence of this reality and how you can live your ideal life consciously, then make sure to watch this till the end. The Adhvaitha channel is about consciousness and conscious creation. Here we explore Vedanta and various other teachings from India to understand the nature of reality and to consciously create our lives. Now, in this video, I will cover everything about reality in 6 points. And point number 1 is that reality is not what it seems to be on the surface. This reality in Vedanta is described as Maya. Now, I need to tell you here that throughout my life, I've been exploring different philosophies and teachings, like I said earlier. But only when I came to the teachings of the ancient Advaita Vedanta, which are the teachings of Upanishads, these are the core teachings of Sanatana Dharma, that I actually understood my purpose and what this existence is all about. So this philosophy of Advaita Vedanta has become a very significant part of my life. And it has become a mission for my life to take these principles to the world. Now in Vedanta, the world that we see and perceive all around us is described as Maya. Maya is an appearance that appears to exist, but technically it does not exist. Now this might sound strange because the world around us, all of us, all the duality, all the variety seems very real to us. But Vedanta says that this is a simulation, this is an appearance. Now, this doesn't mean that the world is inherently false or the world is inherently unreal. But Vedanta is pointing towards the deeper truth of reality. Vedanta says that there is an underlying truth to this universe and to this world. But the duality and the separation that we are experiencing, that is an illusion. And Vedanta says the underlying truth is that we are all one in essence. There is one underlying reality. Vedanta gives the example of the dream. Now, when we go to sleep, we dream different dreams, and in our dream, we project a dream world, a dream simulation, and we experience the dream world as the dream ego. We are not aware of our real self as someone who is sleeping on the bed. We are instead identified with an artificial dream ego that technically doesn't exist, and we experience the dream world. Now, Vedanta says even this waking world is similar to this. We are assuming that this world is real, we are assuming that our body mind is real, and our individuality is real. But in truth, it is all one. There is one consciousness. And just like how in dream, the dream environment, the trees, the sky, it was all a projection of the mind. This world is a projection or an imagination in the mind of God or that infinite consciousness. At least we can look at it this way. So, this is point number 1. The world is not what it appears to be. Now, I will be explaining the nature of reality through the metaphor of the game of life. This is an example that I will use so that you can relate to it easily and it becomes more understandable. And with regards to point number 1, we need to understand that this entire universe is just a simulation. It's just like a game which appears to be real, but it is ultimately a simulation. With this, let us come to point 2. that is the consciousness or Brahman. This is the fundamental essence of the game, the reality. This is the source code of the game. Now, physics tells us that 99.9999% of this world is emptiness, it is empty space, and matter is just 0.00001%. What is this empty space? What is the nature of this emptiness? What Vedanta says is that the entire universe is an appearance in consciousness. Consciousness or Brahman is the source code, it is the source within which everything appears. Imagine Brahman as this infinite canvas, this infinite space which pervades everything, which is in and through everything, which is everything. And the world as it appears to be is simply an appearance within this Brahman or the infinite consciousness. We cannot talk about Brahman a lot because it is not an object, it is the pure subject. The Chandogya Upanishad says, Tattvam Asi. You are it, you are this Brahman in your essence. The Upanishads basically tell us that since everything is this Brahman, since everything is this consciousness, even we in our essence are infinite. Even we in our essence are the infinite consciousness. And the same truth, the same teaching can be found in different religions and philosophies. Jesus Christ says, me and my Father are one. He also says, if you have seen me, you have seen my Father. At another place he says, whatever miracles I have done, you will do more. Of course, I'm paraphrasing here, but if we dig deep, we can find this truth in almost every religion and philosophy across the world, that there is one God, there is one infinite intelligence. The word that we use to describe it is irrelevant, but there is one ultimate reality, and we are all one with it in our essence, and becoming one with it is the ultimate goal. Now, point number 3, the secret number 3 to this reality is that our personality, our ego, is a mask over this infinite consciousness. Vedanta basically tells us that our body, our mind is simply a mask. It is like the character of the game. If the world is Maya, which is a simulation, which is the game, and if Brahman is the source code or the creator of the game, then we as individuals are the characters of the game. Now, what has happened is that we have identified ourself with this character. We do not experience ourselves as the creator of the game. We do not experience ourselves as the infinite source code of the game. But instead, we experience ourselves as this tiny character within the game. This is because of our identification with our personality and with our body-mind complex. Once we transcend this identification, we can begin to experience our true nature as per Vedanta. So we are the infinite consciousness. We are not the body-mind complex. We are not the personality. We are not the ego. But we think we are. We are identified with it. Because of our identification, we are now the pawns of the game. We are living as the characters of the game while we are actually the source code of the game. We are beyond the game. And another interesting thing is that this personality, this mask, is malleable. We can change our personality to live a different reality. With this, let us come to the secret number 4, the point number 4. That is, our personality creates our personal reality. Each of us, based on our nature, based on our personality, have created a certain kind of a personal reality for ourselves. Our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our belief systems have created a certain kind of a reality for us. Just think about this deeply. Based on our nature, based on our personality, we think different thoughts, we feel different emotions, and we hold different belief systems. Based on all this, we take different kinds of actions and we interact with this world in a certain way. And because of all this, we manifest a certain kind of life for ourselves. This shows us that our personality creates our personal reality. But until now, we have been doing this unconsciously. We have been creating our personal reality unconsciously. With this understanding, we can begin to create our reality consciously. We need to basically understand that our life is our responsibility. Whatever we are responsible for it. And our external reality is our responsibility. This is the concept of karma in Vedanta. Karma is basically action and memory. It tells us that our actions have consequences and we create our reality based on our karma, and karma happens at different levels. It happens at the physical level through physical action, at the mental level through thoughts, emotions, belief systems, etc., and at the energy level. So all of this tells us that we are the creators of our reality, and we can take control of our destiny if we wish to do so. This is about taking control of the game, and it is about beginning to play the game with our own terms. With this, let us come to point 5, which is about playing the game in the right way. At first, we must understand this reality. We must understand what consciousness is. We must understand who we are in our essence, even though it may be at the conceptual level at first. The first step is to understand this reality, to understand what this game is actually about. Only then can we go about playing this game in the right way. And then we must understand karma, the principle of cause and effect. We must understand that our life and our personal reality is our creation and it is our responsibility. Only then can we begin to play the game in the right way. And then comes the important part. This is the discovery of Swadharma. Swadharma is our place in this world, our place in this universe. And our Swadharma is based on our Swabhava. Swabhava is our inherent disposition or our inherent tendencies. We are all a certain kind of individuals. Even the deeper aspects of our being is unique in a certain way. So based on our nature, based on our prakriti, based on our Swabhava, we need to choose the work that we do in this world, the work that can create the maximum amount of positive impact to the society and to the game as a whole. So this is Swadharma. Swadharma is about finding a true calling in our life, finding a purpose to our life. So once we find our Swadharma, then our life becomes more purposeful and we can begin to experience more joy and fulfillment. We need to understand that it is important for us to live our life in a way in which we impact this world in a positive way. This is Swadharma. Through this, we can not only create well-being for others, but we can create abundance and well-being for ourselves, because what we give is what we get. This is the essence of karma. With this, let us come to the sixth and the final point, that is transcending the game, which is about the ultimate goal. Now, this is described in different ways in different philosophies and religions. Buddhism calls this nirvana, Vedanta calls this mukti or moksha. In yoga, this is called as samadhi. Basically, this is about transcending the game and being one with the creator, being one with the source code, which is the ultimate goal. In Western philosophies and teachings, this is called enlightenment or liberation. Every philosophy in some way speaks of this. This is basically transcending our individual nature and being one with the divine. We can call this being one with God, being one with our true self, being one with the infinite consciousness, etc. But this is basically about going beyond the dualistic world, which is the simulation, which is the game, and being one with the source, which is beyond the game and which is the game at the same time. Vedanta talks about the four attainments of human life, which is dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Dharma is about living a righteous life, a life of purpose. Artha is about attaining wealth and power. Kama is about sensual pleasures. And moksha is the ultimate goal. That is the transcendence of the game and being one with the creator himself. Now, these were the 6 important points about the nature of reality that I wanted to cover. Now, we have a private community that we call the Advaita Conscious Society, and we follow 6 important codes within ACS that we call the ACS code. I quickly want to go through these 6 codes because this will help you immensely in your journey. Code 1 is consciousness. I am the infinite consciousness. I am the infinite bliss. I am limitless and unbound. Code 2 is responsibility. My life is my responsibility. I am where I am because of me. Code 3 is acceptance. I accept this moment as it is. This moment is eternal and inevitable. I surrender to it completely. Code 4 is authenticity. I follow my own path. I do not compare. I do not compete. I create and I contribute. And the 5th code is adaptability. I'm flexible and I adapt to live my ideal life. I understand that everything may not go according to my plan. I accept this and I redirect. I allow for the infinite intelligence to work through me and for me. Code 6 is love. I radiate love towards all.